Have you ever wondered why some women seem unbreakable, carrying a quiet strength that no? What if I told you there are 3 secrets every woman must keep hidden? Secrets that hold the key to her true power and freedom. And here's the catch. Revealing these truths, even to the closest people, can cost her everything she's built. Curious. Stay with me. My friends, let me share something that could completely transform the way you live your life. There are only 3 things, just 3, that a woman should never reveal to anyone. Not to her best friend, not to her family, and definitely not even to the person she loves most. Because the moment she exposes these, she hands over her strength to others, weakening her own foundation. We live in a world obsessed with oversharing, where people post every thought, every struggle, and every secret, believing that transparency equals power. But true wisdom teaches us something very different. Power doesn't come from what you give away. It comes from what you choose to protect fiercely. A woman who understands what to keep hidden walks with dignity, exudes confidence, and embodies a divine strength that no one can take away. Today, I'm going to reveal those 3 things. And trust me, once you hear them, your perspective on life will shift forever. So stick with me, because by the end of this message, you'll gain an unshakable kind of wisdom. First, a woman's pain is sacred. It's not meant to be put on display for those who only want to pity her or use it against her. Have you noticed how when you share your deepest hurt with the wrong people, they bring it up every time you try to rise above it? Some wounds are meant to heal in silence. Some battles must be fought quietly, with resilience and patience. Second, there are forces in this world actively working against your progress. People who smile at you while secretly hoping you fail. That's why a woman must guard her plans like a precious seed buried deep in the soil, nurturing it privately until it grows strong enough to withstand the harshest winds of the world. And third, love, beautiful, powerful love, should never be given away without wisdom. A woman who lays bare the full depth of her heart makes herself vulnerable to heartbreak, manipulation, and regret. Love should be profound, but also discerning. Not every heart deserves to hold yours. So, my dear sisters, if you take away only one thing from today, remember this: what you choose to hide determines what you get to keep. Hide your pain so the world won't define you by it. Hide your dreams and plans so they can flourish without interference. Hide the depth of your love so it's reserved only for those who truly deserve it. Walk in wisdom. Walk in strength. And walk knowing that what you protect today will shield you tomorrow. Picking up from where we left off, remember, true power doesn't come from revealing everything, but from what you choose to keep hidden. In a world that often mistakes openness for strength, the real essence of power is found in what remains concealed. A woman who truly understands this carries herself with a grace and confidence that's unshakable. Since the dawn of time, mystery has been the secret to influence. Think about it. When people know less about you, they naturally become more curious. The more they seek to understand, the more control you have over how they see you. There's a reason why the most captivating figures in history never revealed all their cards. They spoke with wisdom, choosing their words carefully, leaving others intrigued and wondering. This isn't about deception, it's about discretion. It's the understanding that not everything needs to be put on display for the world to judge, envy, or misuse. A woman who respects the power of mystery doesn't feel the need to explain herself to everyone. She doesn't broadcast her weaknesses, nor does she parade her strengths. Instead, she lets her presence speak louder than words. She walks into a room without announcing her worth. She simply embodies it. On the other hand, those who lack wisdom often seek validation through constant revelation. They expose their thoughts, plans, and emotions to anyone who will listen. But what they don't realize is that the more they reveal, the more vulnerable they become. Words, once spoken, cannot be taken back. Secrets, once shared, can't be reclaimed. and trust, once broken, is never easily restored. A wise woman guards her tongue because she knows not everyone listening wishes her well. The power of mystery isn't about secrecy just for secrecy's sake. It's about protection. She must protect her peace, her ambitions, and her spirit from those who might try to drain, hinder, or manipulate her. People are naturally drawn to what they can't fully grasp. They respect what's not easily accessible. That's why the greatest treasures in the world are hidden, buried deep beneath the earth, locked in safes, guarded with care. What is truly valuable is never left out in the open. A woman must see herself as such a treasure. Her thoughts, dreams, struggles, and strengths aren't meant for public display, but for sharing selectively, only with those who truly deserve her trust and respect. Continuing from the idea of selective sharing and guarding what is precious, there's also immense power in being unpredictable. When a woman doesn't reveal everything she knows, feels, or plans to do, she keeps control firmly in her hands. The moment people believe they've figured her out, she loses a vital part of her influence. But when she chooses to hold back, opting for silence over reaction, or a smile instead of a long explanation, she keeps others guessing, and in that uncertainty, she holds the upper hand. This isn't about manipulation. It's about wisdom. It's about understanding that the world isn't always kind, and not everyone deserves to access the deepest corners of her mind and heart. A woman's heart is vast and sacred, filled with emotions, dreams, and experiences that shape who she is. It's not something to be carelessly handed over to just anyone. There are chambers within her heart that must remain private, guarded like a sacred temple, because not everyone who enters will have good intentions. The world often encourages women to be open and share their deepest feelings freely, as if vulnerability equals strength. But wisdom teaches us something else. True strength lies not in how much we reveal, but in how carefully we protect the most delicate parts of our soul. Not everyone deserves access to a woman's pain, because not everyone will handle it with the care it requires. Some will listen, not to heal, but to judge, gossip, or weaponize that knowledge against her. A wise woman understands that some pains are meant to be laid before God, not before people. Some struggles are meant to be fought in silence, not displayed for the world to see. Building on the idea of protecting our deepest selves, it's important to realize that wounds, when shared too freely, can be reopened by the very people she once trusted. This isn't coldness, it's wisdom. A woman who understands this walks with quiet strength, knowing her heart is not a public book, but a sacred scroll meant only for those who have earned the right to read it. Dreams, too, are delicate, like tiny seeds planted deep in the soil of the heart. Exposed too soon, these dreams risk being trampled before they ever have the chance to grow. Countless dreams have been crushed in their infancy simply because they were shared with the wrong people. The world is full of those who hide their doubt behind a mask of concern, who smile at a woman's aspirations while secretly hoping she'll never reach them. That's why a woman must be careful about whom she shares her vision with. Not every ear that listens is a friend. Not every smile is sincere. True supporters show up with actions, not just empty words. Love is another sacred chamber of the heart that demands protection. A woman who freely gives the full depth of her love to everyone risks ending up empty, drained by those who take but never give back. Love is a precious gift, and gifts shouldn't be tossed carelessly at the feet of those who don't cherish them. True love reveals itself over time, is proven through actions, and is strengthened by wisdom. A woman should never lay bare her full devotion to someone who hasn't yet earned it. This isn't a game, it's self-respect. To love deeply is beautiful, but to love wisely is powerful. A woman's heart is like a treasure chest, and not everyone deserves a key. Some things must remain hidden, not because they are shameful, but because their value demands protection. Continuing with the theme of guarding what is precious, it's not that certain parts of a woman's heart are unworthy of being known, but rather they are too precious to be mishandled. Trust is a beautiful gift, yet also one of the most dangerous a woman can offer. It's often said trust should be earned, not given freely. But how many times do we place our faith in people who haven't truly proven themselves worthy? Society may celebrate openness as a virtue, but true wisdom teaches discernment. A woman who trusts too easily risks opening the doors of her life to betrayal, disappointment, and heartbreak. She must learn that trust isn't something to be scattered like seeds in the wind, but something to be carefully planted in the soil of proven character. Not everyone who smiles at her is a friend. Not everyone who listens does so with a pure heart. Some people enter her life only to take, to learn her weaknesses, to gather information they might one day use against her. A wise woman understands that trust isn't measured by time, but by consistency. Just because someone has been around for years doesn't mean they deserve to know her secrets. Just because someone says, "I love you," doesn't guarantee they will protect her heart. Trust must be built on actions, on patterns of faithfulness and demonstrated loyalty. A woman should never feel pressured to share everything with everyone. There are parts of her story, parts of her pain, and parts of her plans that belong only to her. The world doesn't need to know every thought she has, every dream she holds, or every struggle she faces. Before opening up, she must ask herself, is this person truly trustworthy? Or am I giving them access out of habit, loneliness, or something else? Obligation. Too often, trust is extended, not because it has been truly earned, but because a woman feels guilty for withholding it. She fears seeming cold or distant, so she opens her heart prematurely. But withholding trust is not selfish. It is an act of profound wisdom and self-preservation. There is also great danger in trusting too quickly, especially during moments of emotional vulnerability. When a woman is hurting, she naturally seeks someone to confide in, someone to help ease her burden. Yet pain can cloud judgment. In the wrong hands, her heartfelt confessions can be twisted into weapons, used to manipulate, control, or spread gossip. That's why a woman must learn to pause before she speaks, to pray before she reveals, and to discern carefully before she trusts. If someone has proven untrustworthy in small matters, why hand them more? If they have betrayed others, what guarantee is there that they won't betray her? Even in love, trust should never be given blindly. Love isn't measured by how much one shares, but by how much one protects. A woman must ensure that the one she entrusts with her heart is not careless or reckless with it. Just because someone desires her doesn't mean they will guard her well. True trust is built slowly, through time, through trials, through seasons of testing. A woman who understands the limits of trust knows her worth. She recognizes that trust is a privilege, not a right, and only those who prove themselves worthy deserve a place within the sacred walls of her heart. Words are powerful. They can build or destroy, heal or wound, open doors or close them forever. A woman who comprehends the weight of her words knows that not everything she thinks or feels should be spoken aloud. The world often urges her to speak her truth loudly and freely, without restraint, but true wisdom teaches her that sometimes silence speaks louder than any words ever could. Building on the power of silence and careful trust, let's explore the immense weight of a woman's words. There are things that, once spoken, cannot be taken back. Words have the power to change relationships, reputations, and even shape destinies. A wise woman knows that not every thought needs a voice, and not every truth deserves to be shared with the world. One of the greatest mistakes a woman can make is speaking in the heat of emotion. Anger, frustration, even excitement can push her to say things she'll later regret. How many relationships have been damaged because of careless words? How many opportunities lost because something was spoken that should have remained private? A woman who controls her tongue controls her future. She doesn't speak just to fill silence or share her plans with those who haven't earned her trust. She refuses to let emotions dictate her speech. Instead, she pauses, reflects, and chooses her words carefully, knowing that each one carries power. there are also things a woman should never say. Not because they're untrue, but because they don't serve her well. She should never speak poorly of herself. After all, words shape reality. If she constantly tells herself she's not good enough, not beautiful enough, or not strong enough, those words will take root, growing into her reality. She should also be cautious about speaking against others. What she says about others often reveals more about her than them. Gossip and negativity might feel harmless at the moment, but they leave lasting stains on her character. A woman of wisdom does not waste her breath on negativity or idle talk. She understands that her words are seeds. Planted carefully, they can grow into beautiful gardens. Spoken carelessly, they can become weeds choking her spirit. Picking up where we left off, let's dive into the power of words, and especially the strength found in silence. Meaningless words, there are far too many spoken every day, but a woman must know which secrets to keep and which to share. Not every part of her life is meant to be an open book. There are battles she must fight quietly, victories she should celebrate privately, and pains she needs to heal away from prying eyes. When she talks too much, she hands others weapons they can use against her. When she reveals too much, she invites doubt, interference, and unwanted opinions. A woman who masters the art of guarding her words guards her peace. There is real strength in silence and deep wisdom in restraint. A woman who controls her speech walks with a mysterious dignity that can't be easily shaken. The world listens to those who speak with purpose, not those who speak without thought. A wise woman doesn't just speak. She speaks with intention, clarity, and the awareness that her words are a reflection of her inner strength. Silence is often misunderstood. Many see it as weakness, as if a woman who chooses not to respond, argue, or explain herself is powerless. But the truth is quite the opposite. Silence is one of the greatest strengths a woman can possess. In a world that demands immediate reactions, constant sharing, and raw, unfiltered emotions, the ability to remain silent shows discipline, confidence, and wisdom. A woman who masters silence refuses to be pulled in every direction. She doesn't waste energy on meaningless debates or let others decide when and how she should respond. She knows that silence, when used wisely, can be more powerful than 1,000 words. There are moments in life when silence is the best answer. When others speak in anger, silence refuses to add fuel to the fire. When rumors spread, like wildfire, silence denies them the validation they seek. When faced with provocation, silence robs the enemy of satisfaction. A woman who truly understands this knows she doesn't owe explanations to those who have already made up their minds. She doesn't plead for understanding from those unwilling to listen. Instead, she wisely chooses not to engage in battles that serve no purpose. She decides when to speak and when to let silence do the work for her, because silence can be a powerful shield. Silence also protects her. A woman who doesn't reveal everything she knows, feels, or plans keeps control over her own life. The world has a way of twisting words, turning shared thoughts into vulnerabilities. By speaking less, she limits the chances for others to manipulate her. She doesn't owe the world an explanation for every move, every struggle, or every success. Some things are best kept tucked away in the quiet spaces of her heart, where they can flourish and grow without interference. There is also power in the unknown. The mystery of what she holds back keeps others intrigued, respectful, and often a little cautious. It's this careful balance between what she reveals and what she keeps private that defines her strength and preserves her peace. Silence of observation. This is a powerful gift. A woman who listens more than she speaks truly possesses. In those quiet moments, she notices what others miss. She sees people not just for the masks they wear, but for who they really are beneath the surface. When she remains silent, she picks up on the small, telling details, the way someone's words don't quite align with their actions, the hesitation in a promise, the inconsistency woven into a story. Silence gives her the time she needs to process, to understand deeply, and to make decisions rooted in wisdom rather than impulse. While others rush to react, she waits, watches, and moves with intention. Her actions are deliberate, chosen with care, because she knows the power of patience. But perhaps most importantly, silence brings her peace. When a woman isn't constantly explaining, defending, or proving herself, she frees her mind from the chaos of unnecessary noise. She's no longer trapped in endless conflicts or drained by meaningless conversations. Instead, her energy flows into what truly matters: her growth, her joy, her purpose. The strongest women are not those who shout the loudest. They are the ones who have mastered the quiet confidence of knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. A woman's peace, plans, and pain are not meant for public display. In a world that constantly pressures her to be open, to share every detail of her life, and to seek validation from others, true wisdom lies in knowing what to protect. This art of preservation isn't about deception, it's about safeguarding the most precious parts of her existence from those who do not deserve access. A woman who preserves herself does not hide out of fear, but out of deep understanding. She knows not everyone she meets will respect, cherish, or honor what she offers. Her peace is one of her most valuable treasures, and she must guard it fiercely, because there will always be people and situations and distractions that seek to disrupt her inner calm. The more she exposes herself to unnecessary drama, conflict, and negativity, the more power she unknowingly gives away. A woman who truly understands the art of preservation doesn't entertain every argument, respond to every insult, or engage in every battle thrown her way. Instead, she chooses her wars wisely, refusing to let the noise of the world steal the tranquility she has worked so hard to build. Protecting her peace means knowing when to walk away, when to stay silent, and when to remove herself from people and places that no longer serve her well. It's about setting boundaries that honor her well-being and preserve her energy. Her plans, too, require the same careful protection. A woman who announces every step she's about to take opens the door to interference, jealousy, and opposition. The world is full of those who pretend to support but secretly hope for her failure. Dreams are delicate, like fragile glass, easily shattered by doubt, criticism, or sabotage. A woman of wisdom moves in silence, allowing her actions to speak far louder than words ever could. She understands that not every friend is truly a friend, and not every well-wisher genuinely wishes her well. By keeping her plans private until they are strong enough to withstand outside forces, she ensures she remains firmly in control of her own destiny. Then there is her pain, a deeply personal and sacred part of her journey. While society encourages openness, not every wound needs to be displayed for the world to see. Some pains are meant to be healed quietly, away from judgment, pity, or unnecessary interference. A woman who constantly shares her struggles with those who do not genuinely care risks having her pain twisted, misunderstood, or used against her. She knows that some wounds are hers alone to carry, to heal, and to transform. People may sympathize today, but quickly turn to judge her tomorrow. True strength isn't measured by how loudly she cries or how openly she displays her pain. Rather, it's found in the wisdom of choosing when, where, and with whom to share her deepest struggles. Some battles are meant to be fought in solitude, with quiet resilience, unwavering faith, and a confidence that healing does not require an audience or validation from others. The art of preservation is not selfishness, it is a profound wisdom, born from experience and self-respect. A woman who masters this art walks with unmatched confidence, graceful poise, and an unshakable foundation. She guards what must be kept sacred, and she does not waste precious energy on things or people that do not build her up. In doing so, she remains unbreakable, unstoppable, and in complete control of her life's journey. A woman's true power lies not only in what she chooses to share, but equally in what she deliberately withholds. In a world that constantly demands, exposure. She understands the invaluable strength of mystery, the deep power found in silence, and the vital necessity of protecting what is hers. Her heart, her dreams, her struggles, these are treasures precious and delicate, not mere toys, for the careless hands of the world. They deserve to be guarded fiercely, shared selectively, and entrusted only to those who have proven themselves truly worthy. She must be ever vigilant, recognizing that not everyone who listens has pure intentions. Not every ear that hears her words will honor and protect them. Not every heart she trusts will keep its promises intact. By mastering the art of discretion, she reclaims control over her life, her peace, her power, and ultimately, her destiny. This mastery is the foundation upon which she builds her unshakable strength and her lasting legacy. She learns that silence can be far more powerful than speech, that trust is not a gift to be given lightly. It must be earned through time, actions, and proven loyalty. True strength often lives in what remains unseen, protected deep within, away from the world's relentless gaze and judgment. A woman who truly understands these truths does not seek validation from the crowd. She does not live to be understood by everyone, nor does she fear being misunderstood. Instead, she walks with quiet confidence, grounded in the knowledge that her peace is too precious to be disturbed by unnecessary noise or drama. Her dreams are too sacred to be exposed recklessly, and her struggles are too intimate to be shared with those who haven't earned her trust. She is not weak for choosing silence. She is wise beyond measure. She is not cold for guarding her heart. She is strong beyond what words can express. So to every woman listening now, protect your peace with fierce determination. Guard your dreams like priceless treasures. Hold your heart close, sharing it only with those who have proven themselves worthy. Speak only when necessary, but remember this: sometimes silence is the loudest, most powerful statement you can make. Move with wisdom and purpose. Live with grace and dignity. And never forget, your greatest strength, your deepest power, lies in the sacred parts of yourself that the world will never fully see or understand. Let me tell you this: in a world that constantly demands more sharing, more exposure, more vulnerability, it takes real courage to protect what is sacred within you. Not everything is meant for the spotlight. Not every part of your story is for everyone to hear. The greatest power you have lies in knowing what to keep hidden, because mystery is magnetic and discretion is strength. Think about the most unforgettable women in history or in your life. What made them stand out? It wasn't that they told you everything about themselves right away. No, it was their presence, their quiet confidence, the way they carried themselves with an air of mystery. They understood that people respect what they cannot easily grasp. When you hold your cards close, you keep the power in your hands. There's a rhythm to this kind of strength, a balance between openness and guardedness, between revealing and protecting. It's not about being secretive or deceptive. It's about being deliberate, intentional. It's about recognizing that your energy is precious and not everyone deserves access to it. Your dreams, your pains, your joys, they are yours first. To protect them is to honor yourself. Now, I know this can feel lonely sometimes. Society pushes us to be open, to share our lives online, to seek approval in likes and comments. But here's the truth: the loudest voices aren't always the strongest. Strength is often quiet, internal, and steady. It's found in the moments when you choose to pause instead of react, to listen instead of speak, and to hold your ground instead of giving in. And let me be clear, this is not about shutting people out. It's about choosing who you let in and when. A wise woman is selective with her circle. She surrounds herself with those who uplift, encourage, and respect her boundaries. She doesn't waste time on energy vampires or those who drain her spirit. Your trust is sacred. It's the foundation on which all meaningful relationships are built. Give it only to those who have shown, through their actions and consistency, that they are worthy. It's okay to be cautious, It's okay to say no to those who don't deserve a seat at your table. Remember, every no you say is a yes to something better, a better peace, a better future, a better you. And while we're talking about silence and mystery, never underestimate the power of your own voice when you do choose to speak. When your words come from a place of wisdom and strength, they carry weight, people listen differently, doors open, opportunities arise. You don't need to shout to be heard. The right words, said at the right time, have the power to transform lives, including your own. So what does this mean for your daily life? It means setting boundaries, clear, firm boundaries that protect your mental and emotional well-being. It means learning to say no without guilt. It means understanding that your peace is your responsibility, not anyone else's. And when the world tries to pull you into drama or distraction, you hold steady. Imagine your life as a garden. Your thoughts, feelings, and dreams are seeds. If you scatter them everywhere, you risk losing them to the weeds of negativity and interference. But if you plant them carefully, nurture them quietly, and protect them from harm, they will grow into something beautiful, something uniquely yours. This journey isn't easy. It requires patience, courage, and self-respect. But it's worth it. Because when you guard your peace, your power multiplies. When you protect your dreams, you give yourself the space to blossom. When you honor your pain, you allow yourself to heal and rise stronger. And here's a secret. People will respect you more for your strength, not your vulnerability. They will be drawn to your confidence, your mystery, your grace. You become a force of nature, not because you reveal everything, but because you choose wisely what to share and when. So to every woman listening, keep your heart guarded, your dreams protected, and your spirit unbreakable. Move with intention, speak with purpose, and never forget, the most powerful parts of you are the ones the world never gets to see, and that is exactly how it should be. Before you go, I want you to take a moment and really reflect on what we've talked about today. What is one thing you've been holding back that you know you need to protect? Your peace, your dreams, your heart? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. I want to hear from you. Let's build a community where we lift each other up, where we celebrate strength in silence and wisdom in preservation. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more empowering content just or like this. And share this video with the woman in your life who needs to hear it today. Because sometimes the greatest gift you can give someone is reminding them of their worth and the power of guarding their inner world. Remember, your strength isn't in what you reveal, it's in what you protect. Stay wise, stay strong. Until next time.